Greetings, folk and Thief developers. Welcome to this new chapter of the Thief3 editor lesson. This time we'll present a new feature, that is the creation of new objects in Thief3. In order to create new object, you have to use the 3ds Max 5.1, and you must install on the program some library, and then configure the some path. So now we are going to I am going to show you how to do. The first thing I feel, sorry, one moment, the microphone. The first thing I advise you to do is installing the 3ds Max 5.1 in the simply C folder, not in the program file or program file x87, 86, but directly in the C folder without any space in this path. So first thing to do is we can go on the THIEF3EDITOR folder, and in the utility folder you can that you see when you have the THIEF3EDITOR folder opened, there is a Max subfolder. You have just to these three files you have to copy here on the root folder or the 3ds Max 5.1. I have called it 3ds Max 5 for a simplification. So copy here. Now we have to configure the path of the plugin. So in order to do this, I have written some years ago a guide, Thief Wikia 3ds Max configuration. So if you are using a tablet or a phone, a smartphone, I can increase the size of the characters so you can see. Plugin load order. The plugins must be loaded in the correct sequence of dependency issues. The plugins must be loaded in the correct sequence, or the dependency issues will stop. Certain components from working. Do this via customize, configure path, plugins, add. So the first thing to do is start the 3ds Max 5.1 and check if the program works. Drag a simple box. As you can see, it is perfectly working. Now we can follow the guide. Customize, configure path, plugins, add. So we are going to customize it is here. Configure path, the plugins tab, and then add. Pay attention here. This is a critical process, because if you make something wrong here, the program will not work. Pay attention. So scrolling down the page, we can read note that the plugins must be loaded in the following order, otherwise they don't work. They don't work. This is a grammatical error I did never corrected. So you have to add first for the Ion shader program file T3 editor content T3 matlibs. It's recommended that you also add the label. Now I can say it's mandatory to add the label in the string matlib, but let's see how to do. So content matlib. So we are now going to add, and then select your thief3 folder, not, sorry, the thief3 editor folder, not your thief3 folder. So in my case is in A, thief3, and then what kind of plugin is this? Matlib. So matlib content thief3 matlib. Once you have here, don't click use path, double click on a file. Sorry, before you have to add the label. So label is matlib, just copy, and here remember to add the label, otherwise I think the program will not work anyway. So matlib. Now don't click use path, but double click on not on the folder but on the file. So double click here. Here we go, matlib and thief3 editor content T3 matlib. Don't click OK. Let's proceed to the next step. After that, you have to add program C5 T3 editor utility max plugins. Okay. Calling plugins. Okay. Now we are going to copy this string and then add. And then games. Thief3 editor, utility max plugins. Is this plugins? Yes. Okay. Now delete here, past your string plugins, and as usual, don't click use path, but double click on a file, not folder or file. Here we go. Now for the two other voices, the same step, the same procedure. That by now it could be automatical. So E and then Thief3 editor utility max stand plugs. Delete here. Oh, sorry. Delete. Add games. Thief3 editors. Utility max stand plugs. Delete. I pressed the enter key instead of delete. Stand plugs, and then double click here. Oops. I accidentally click here, but you must always have clicked the upper one, avoiding these two. So in this case, it's standard plugs, STD plugs. The last step is hardware shaders created as a folder inside the plugins. So add Thief3 editor utility max plugins and hardware shaders. Now here delete past your string hardware shaders, the same name of the folder. Double click on a file. Here we go. Now we have done the procedure. If the plugins window shows in order hardware shader, standard plug, plugins matlib, then your operations are correct. Let's see. Hardware shader, standard plugins, matlib. Hardware shader, standard plugin, matlib. Okay. Now, for the last step, you have to add the additional path for the bitmaps. Go to the panel, customize, configure path, bitmaps, photometrics, add. So we are going to customize, configure path. In the bitmap photometrics tab, you must add this folder THIEF3EDITOR, content, THIEF3, and then a texture, if I recall correct. Yes, textures. The textures folder. Now, don't click on use path and neither on the folder, but select a file here and check add subpath. Check this box and then double click on a file. Now you can see that a lot of stuff is added. After you have done here, you have completely and correctly configured the program 3ds Max 5.1. Click on OK. Now you have to restart the program, so let's exit. We can close this one. Now restart 3ds Max 5.1. Now we can for example draw a simple box, and now we can see, you will see the magic happening. Now we have a simple box. Now clicking on these 4 balls here, you open the material editor. You can use, for example, a standard material library and open. Now you will not have this library because I have created in a second time. I will show you how to create them after I have shown the proof I have installed correctly the plugin. So, for example, sieve, and then wall, for example, yes, this one, double click. Now we have our wall here. We can drag rotate. It's not shown correctly. Now click on this M here. Now and click on this box here. And then assign material to selection. You have to have selected the box. In this way is not selected. You have sorry. In this way is not selected. Like this is we have selected the box, and then assign material to selection. As you can see, we have ta-da, magical. We have created a box of pure stones and walls. The last step you can make for the create an object that is a static mesh is giving it a name. For example, box of walls of stones. Sorry, stones. You have to write here. Last step, you have to export and select here the theme extension, static mesh 4. Now here you can type any name you want, because the real file name the program will use, the plugin will use, it will be the name of this object here. So now we can, for example, static meshes, go, okay, save. Now if you go on the folder THIEF3EDITOR content3 static meshes, and then go, and then prova, and then I don't think. Here we go. Box of stones. This is 327 and 2018. So this is our box of stone. The last step is just testing our new mesh. This is going to take a while to load the editor. Here we go. Let's open, for example, our same old test map. And I could have used a different texture. Anyway, click on the static mesh browser and search your file, your mesh. Be aware that this tree is related to the folder inside the static mesh, so we have to go on GUI and then prova, and then we can see box of stones. As you can see, the object we just created, we can add it directly on your map here, for example. Here we go. Now we can move this lad away. Here we go. Here we go. Out. Now instead of this light, I would add, in order to show you something, a torch, flame light, torch light, and general torch. Here we go. Now, if you enable the Flash engine, you will see that the object has not a shadow. Let's move the object near the torch here. This object has not a shadow, so in order to create a shadow, a proper shadow on the ground, you have to select the object, right click on it, static mesh actor properties, open this submenu properties and go open on render. No, double click on right mouse click on render and then add properties and use cast shadow. Okay, this is shadow casting true. You have to click on false and then on true again, and then you will see the shadow of the box. Now for the last thing, you can save. I always advise to save and close your project on the 3ds Max while using the game, because otherwise you will not no, this is a very old program, or it could crash and then you could lose the work. So in this case I don't need to save it. So now I have to check something here. Game capture, okay. I hope it will catch the game. So last step here, we can also put on the ground here, and then here we go. To see the shadow, you have to be inside with the preview inside the walls. If you have outside, the shadow disappear. So now we can go to test in the game this new object we have just created. Here we go. As you can see, we have our cool new object, and you can also climb it. This is perfectly created, and you can see here the shadows of the object, and you can not enter in the object. So we are correctly create a new object. Okay. So now we have another thing to do. If I recall correctly, let's open this program again. I don't remember what I have to tell you. Configuration. The configuration is okay. Here we go. The library we have shown before, the material editor here on the material library here. No, sorry. I have to click here and then material library. This library are not made in the are not present in the THIEF3 editor. I could upload on the on my website, but it's better that I show the proper method now to create a new library. Or no, in the further lesson I will show how to create a new library. Now I just want to show you how to create from the file .mlb of the THIEF3 editor to convert to mat this extension that is read from TDS Max 5.1, because the library present in the THIEF3 editor are not the same as you can see of the .mat used by TDS Max 5. So in this case, a plugin we are just installed comes in your help. So now you can click on this hammer here and then go on more, click on more, and then if you have installed the plugin before in the proper way, you should see a mat export here. Click on here and click OK. Import. You have to go on the matlib, for example, and then select for example nat, and then you have to type t3 nat, and then okay, just click on open. Sorry, my fault. Just click on open here. let's create again import. So it's matlib and then nat t3 nat, okay, and then open. Here we go. We have just created a nat material library that is inside the place you have stored your material library. In my case, I have configured in a different way the material libraries. So you have to check here TDS max matlibs, and we have T3 mat here. And this is not the one I have created. This is curious, very curious. Sort by date. No, it's not created. Maybe here. Could be here. Matlibs. No. So we are going to delete this one. Here we go. Now the T3 nat is deleted. So we are going to repeat the whole operation and then import. Here you can see material found 43, material processed 43, total library 43. So import T3 matlib and T3 nat. I've chosen the wrong directory. Anyway, I can just click on here and then files, TGS max, and then T3 nat, open. Now, if you sort by date, you can see the just created T3 nat here, 3 March 27 on 2018. This is created just now, created now. This is the mat files are made to work with the TDS max object. So if you, for example, open here, as you can see, file TDS max matlibs. I think it's not even the correct directory. THIEF3EDITOR files, yes max, not here. This is in matlibs. So let's drag here matlibs, okay, and then standard material library, open. This is the newly created T3 nat. Yeah, double click on it, and then, for example, nat levels here. Double click on it. You can click here and draw a sheet. Where is the sheet? Plane. Here we go. We have our plane here, and then you have to click here on the M, click on the box here as before, and then click on the assign material. So as you can see here, we have just created a leaf object painted by leaf. You can also override this assignation with another object on the library by going here, and then for example use nature plant dd, double click on here, click here and click here. We have another this sucks but like a texture. Let's choose another one, standard not goodness AD, click on M and then click on the, here we go, another not good, nature run wall, okay, M, click on M and then click on this box. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and subscribe to my channel for all the tutorial. In the fourth lesson I will show you how to insert various objects inside the map and make them noticeable to the AI, because if you insert an object like this, the AI will not modify their path because you have to add something else. So for today is over, and then click like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next time.